Well, I'm taking the bike trail, scenic route, except I'm going to go north instead of south. You can kind of hear chickens and roosters and all that nonsense. I think there's a horse way up there. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. That's all right if you can't see it. And we got some sort of, I think this is a structure for a dam. Some sort of dam structure. I'm going to go north. Let me see my pedometer, my stepometer. Can you see that correctly? It's 363 steps. But of course I have my Razor scooter, so what does that matter? Anyway, that's not why you called. Why do men turn on each other? For me, for Mgtow, how do Mgtow turn against each other? It started with my father. When I was a child, I mean, he was verbally abusive. He was physically abusive. He used the belt. He used a razor strap. He threw shoes at me. You know, it's hard. I think I've said all this before, okay? I've had people like Sydney, one bully in elementary school, and this is a nice route. This is a nicer looking route than the south route, I think, going up this bike trail. So Sydney, the bully, I had bullies in 3rd grade. I was shy of other kids in nursery school. I was always hiding in the shadows. I think because my parents never made friends. It was hard to make friends in college because certain people were lying to me about what they were doing, telling me what they want to hear, what they think I wanted to hear. Just a lot of civil obedience, but not more than that. Like, you know, don't fuck with me, don't try to get the truth out of me. So there was a lot of animosity between male friends. You're gonna hear my scooter in the background. But what turns Mgtow? Politics, Democrats, Republicans, Greens, Independents, Liberties, Peace and Freedoms. Mgtow versus, well, let's see, guys who wear tattoos, guys who don't wear tattoos, guys who preach religion, guys who don't preach religion, men who are trisexual, maybe they want to have a man and a wife, one husband and one wife instead of just a wife. Men who want to marry their dogs or cats. Men who want to be great artists versus men who want to work on motorcycles. Men who want to go to other planets. Men who want to conquer planets. Men who like comedy and men who like action movies. There may be a few Mgtow who like The English Patient who could cry in that movie. Going through look at the artwork for this tunnel. Wish you could do that. Anyway, that's how Mgtow is. How do we learn to be better than that? We have our politics to divide us, but I think also too we have to have a sense of justice for ourselves, for our very souls. Now, in my last video I showed you my cooking skills, however bland they were. I cook for myself. I exercise for myself. I dress myself, I go out for myself. And it's nice not to have a woman tell you how to cook, a woman tell you how to clean, a woman how to tell you to do anything. But we as men can easily turn on each other because we don't like the things that other people like, so we demonize them. My neighbor fixes motorcycles. I think it's a peer pressure thing. In a Mexican American ghetto, you fix cars, you fix motorcycles, you do masonry work, you fix houses, you're an electrician, or you do drugs and hang out in the street scratching lottery tickets, or you're nobody. But in the Mexican American household, you have to have a wife and kids. It's sort of an unwritten rule. These big silver drums. We got our county of sheriff's department there. So it's easy to turn on each other because we're not paying attention to what's more important. We have to learn to accept each other's differences. This is just the way it is. Right now, you see in Hollywood this peer pressure to be the SJW, the anti-Mgtow. Right now, that's sort of the war that really matters. But it's not just a matter of liking You can be Mgtow and like the sound of music. We wouldn't tell anybody in public, but we can like the sound of music, right? But if you're going to defend people like Anthony Bourdain's wife, who was cheating on her husband while committing a crime, and then she had the nerve to go after Harvey Weinstein when he got caught and act like a self-appointed leader of Mgtow, and you're going to see how fast that crumbles. Self-appointed leaders accomplish nothing. But yet, it doesn't have to be Mgtow, it doesn't have to be SJW or Bleeding Heart liberals. It can be a man who could be Mgtow who has an ego trip, narcissism. And narcissism governs anything. Narcissism governs everything. Narcissism is the enemy of everything. So if you understand this, then you can understand, look at that. There's a work of art. That's enough of that. I mean, basically that's what I think of SJWs. That's what you saw on SJW right there on the street. Isn't that something? Anyway, not for the squeamish. I probably have to label this video. But as we're headed towards certain streets, I will say that we have to take better care of each other. We have to take better care of ourselves. So you have one political party, one religion, or you like tattoos, or you wear a human Star Trek prosthesis on your bodies, or you know, you wear 3D tattoos or glow-in-the-dark tattoos, or you're animal spliced with animal DNA, or you like to shoot guns, or you like to play video games, or whatever you do. You read books. Some people just read. Some Mgtow just read books. They don't like to watch movies. But we can't demonize each other. No matter what we like to do, we cannot demonize each other. We have to learn. We have to learn to earn. We have to do so much more. I've never made friends in all my 40 years because people have had this niggerizing, wetbackizing, Japising, chinkizing attitude. You know, it's like they did everything to me but call me one of those names, a pedo, a Jap, a terrorist, just something derogatory to dismiss me as a person, to dismiss me as a human being. But those people, most of those people, save for maybe one, actually turned out to be somebody. You know? They turned out to be somebody important. So it's sad, and it's sad what people do. And I just can't deal with people like that. I can't deal with people who demonize other people. And those people aren't Mgtow. They want to get married and have kids. But for a long time, I wanted to get married and have kids. I wanted to get married and see if I had a future with somebody. But after 21, 22, I just gave it up. And I tried to compromise it with other values and then just went full on this year. And it took me years. It took me years of wanting love and relationships so badly. Just checking over my shoulder. I have to do that. It's wanting that so badly that I just decided I had enough. So we can turn on each other based on the things we like to do or don't like to do. And we have to learn to find the commonalities in each person. You know, there's a movie coming out with like a book club about women being a clique. But a book club is not an honest book club. Book clubs are a front for women talking shit about men. We know this. We know book clubs are a joke. I know, I've attended a few book clubs, and I know what those are about. But going back to Star Trek, it's supposed to be, Star Trek is about what, people accepting each other no matter what, getting past prejudices and stuff. I don't know. I think it starts when we just say, look, you're going to be different than me, I'm going to be different than you. Skin color, height, weight. You know, as Mgtow, we're not checking each other out, okay? At least, I think 90% of us are not. We're there to look into our souls and see that there's more to us than just physical appearance, status. I mean, we're not chicks. Let the chicks complain about our status. Let the chicks complain about our ability to think. But it's about what we do for ourselves. I have 4 basic rules, okay? Respect each other's stuff. That means your property, your children, your cars, your house. Respect each other's property. Don't steal, don't kill, and don't bullshit other people who don't deserve it. And there's a fifth rule, do unto others. So do unto others, don't bullshit people, or don't bullshit good people. Respect each other's stuff. Don't steal and don't kill. I mean, I think I respect people who don't try to do that. You know, with what happened at the Madden gaming conference, the gaming competition, Paul Joseph Watson had a right. You know, we don't look after each other enough. And look at these kids. Are they white boys, or they're Latinos, or what that one Korean guy at Virginia Tech, or any number of people? They just go and kill people. But what is their motivation? When I wrote Grim Planet, and yes, I go back to my writing and my art, Grim Planet was about one East LA thug who gave up. He had abusive parents. He had nobody to turn to. People laughed at him in school, and he turned to gangs. And then he suffered third-degree burns, and he looked like a horrible monster in an accident. And then he found an alien from another planet who was also a mass murderer, and they decided to destroy the Earth. And that was a sad, sad story. But it's a metaphor for what drives a person so mad, insane, that they go and do things like this. This was somebody beyond Mgtow. This was somebody at a higher. This is like this. If Mgtow are Jedi, then a terrorist who shoots open fire and shoots people and turns a gun on himself, that's a Sith. Okay, this is somebody beyond Mgtow. This is somebody who really, really takes it to the highest level. And so you have to respect each other's lives. You have to respect each other's property. Don't steal. Don't vandalize. Don't be pigs. That's the sixth rule, is don't be pigs. But that's sort of debatable. It's okay to be a pig sometimes. But I'm going to sign out now. Hopefully I didn't overrun the 15 minutes or so. But I should be all right. This is Mgtow Drake signing out. Be kind, be cruel, be you. And take a long journey to think.